All right, now, Nigeria's Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, has praised the country's outing at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair in Algiers as a curtain raiser for the fifth edition of the fair, scheduled for Lagos in 2027. She spoke, of course, with Arise News.
I told you we had a lot of goodies lined up at this IATF2025. Apart from bagging and bringing home the 2027, which starts with 2026 Canex in Q4 next year. First of all, let me start with that. Yesterday, Wizkid was the closing act for the concert here, and I told him it's coming to Lagos next. He says that is home, so the expectations are really high for Canex. We're the cultural capital of Africa, and the world looks to Nigeria to set the pace. So Canex 2026 is going to be lit. There's just no other way to say that. And so that's the first thing. Now, in terms of other things that we've done here, yesterday we were named. So first of all, AfCFTA, AfCFTA Bank has the trade distribution company, and they launched that yesterday. And Nigeria is the first national trading company. Nigerian Commodities Exchange signed as the first national distribution company. Now, this is an important initiative. We alluded to it at the AfCFTA AGM in Abuja. This speaks to reducing food inflation. This speaks to mopping up wastages. This speaks to round the country linking up. Mr. President has said food sovereignty is one of his major priorities as the president for Nigeria. Going past the challenges, these are the key steps, the tools. Nigerian farmers will then be able to aggregate and then trade with other African countries. People were looking for wheat, importing from Ukraine, Russia. Ethiopia had a surplus of wheat. Nigeria has a surplus, a lot of wastage of our tomatoes, of different products. And so this is an opportunity. We're also here, just joined the NGF in launching their Investopedia. They've worked with AfCFTA Bank to create a fund for all 36 states and the FCT to make sure that investors can come to their states. The governors need to deliver for their people, and so they're committed to doing this. So Investopedia is an important one that we'll be taking also onto the global stage. We'll be at UNGA later this month. This will feature prominently. So these are some of the things. We launched our 5-year AfCFTA report, implementation report. We launched it here, we announced it here to the ministers of trade across Africa. Under the AfCFTA agreement, countries are supposed to have a 5-year report. When the Secretary General visited Nigeria on the 16th of January, I told him that we were going to do this. And so bringing it here and saying, look, we did it. The good, the bad, the ugly, wherever Nigeria is, you have it here. So we're able to announce to other ministers of trade that we're happy to show peer learnings. We're happy to show how we're now going forward with our roadmap, what has worked, what hasn't worked. Another thing we were able to announce is that our Comptroller General of Customs, will be hosting all the Director Generals of Customs from the 17th to 19th of November in Abuja. And what that means is that we're going deep into the implementation, movement of goods across borders. This is now where the rubber meets the road. It's not enough to have an agreement. A lot of the businesses are MSMEs, they're female and youth-led enterprises as prescribed by the Protocol on Women and Youth under the AfCFTA. This is one of the only agreements in the world that has that. How do you make this tangible? How do you support them? So we do a lot of market access. You recall, Bosun, that we launched an air cargo corridor with Uganda Air, taking goods from Nigeria to 13 southern and eastern African countries.